When I got the text from my neighbor, Dave, just 4 words, "Dude, get home now," I knew something was wrong. Dave wasn't the dramatic type. He was the guy who'd mow his lawn while a tornado passed a few streets over. That message, though, punched me right in the gut while I was still at work. I grabbed my keys, tore through traffic, and screeched into my driveway only to find my backyard overrun with workers, ladders, and what looked like an entire event planning crew setting up. On my pool. Not around it. On it. I stood there, stunned, mouth hanging open as they stretched pink and white banners across a wooden platform that completely covered the pool I'd spent 3 years saving for and 6 months customizing programmable wave system and all. Then she appeared, a blonde woman, iced coffee in one hand, megaphone in the other, barking orders like she owned the place. When she spotted me, she didn't even flinch. She marched over like she paid the mortgage and said, "Oh good, you're home. We're almost done setting up for Bella's Sweet 16. Try not to walk through the flower arch. It's fragile." I blinked at her, thinking maybe I was hallucinating. "Who are you?" I asked. She gave me a tight, condescending smile. "Shelby Monroe, HOA Vice President. Bella's mom." "You didn't get the memo?" "Memo? What memo?" My voice dropped dangerously. "Shelby, this is my house. That's my pool. You built a stage on it." She actually rolled her eyes. "It's a dance floor," she said, like I was the crazy one. "The HOA voted. We needed a space. Your pool wasn't being used anyway. Honestly, you should be honored." I glanced over at Dave, who stood at the fence mouthing, "I told you." Shelby waved a clipboard at me. "Don't worry, we'll be out by midnight. Plus, you'll get a community appreciation certificate. That's better than rent money, right?" I almost laughed. Instead, I pulled out my phone and hit record. Instantly, Shelby's sugary act melted. "Oh, don't be like that," she whined. "Let's not make this dramatic." I panned the camera across the horror show streamers, sound systems, 2 bartenders rolling kegs across my lawn. "You want drama?" I said quietly. "I'll give you drama." That night, after digging into the HOA rules, my cousin Matt, a lawyer who owed me a favor, laughed so hard he sent me a video of himself crying from laughter. "They've got nothing," he said. "You could sue them back to the Stone Age if you want." Tempting. But I had a better idea. A poetic one. My pool had a programmable wave system. Installed last year. Settings from gentle ripples to full-on tsunami mode. I stared at the glowing red button labeled Title Shift. Didn't press it. Not yet. Shelby said the big event was tomorrow night, and I was going to make sure it was one no one ever forgot. The next evening, my backyard looked like a wedding crossed with a circus. Teens in sequins flooded in, dragging annoyed parents behind them. Shelby paraded around like a queen, soaking up praise. At 7 p.m., as the DJ dropped the first beat, I tapped my phone and activated wave mode, 1 subtle vibrations under the plywood floor. At first, no one noticed. They thought it was just the bass. Shelby beamed from the stage, microphone in hand, gushing about community spirit. I clicked wave mode too. Now the platform throbbed underfoot. Guests wobbled, cups spilled. A girl tripped mid-TikTok dance. The DJ, oblivious, screamed into the mic, "Feel that bass." Perfect. Then it was time for Bella's big solo. As she struck her first pose in her pink dress, I tapped wave mode 3. The platform pitched to the left. Bella stumbled. A speaker tipped over with a crash. Drinks flew. Guests screamed. Shelby tried yelling over the chaos, but no one could hear. I hit the disruption loop. Now the stage tilted randomly like a mechanical bull. Cupcakes slid. Parents fell. Teens screamed. Balloons popped. One kid's foot broke through the edge of the plywood, splashing into the pool. Panic spread like wildfire. Ted, Dave's teenage son, filmed the whole thing from the fence, howling with laughter. Shelby shrieked, slipping through the weakened platform straight into the water. Ted caught it all in glorious slow motion. By morning, my yard looked like a shipwreck. Broken streamers floated in the pool. A half-deflated flamingo bobbed near a fried speaker. Coffee in hand, barefoot, I surveyed the mess like a general after battle. That's when Shelby showed up with HOA President Carl and a teen news blog camera crew. Carl handed me a manila envelope like it held nuclear codes. Shelby tried to accuse me of endangering guests. I laughed in her face. "You installed a dance floor on my private pool without permission," I said. "You endangered yourselves." Ted popped over the fence waving drone footage. "Want to see it?" he called. Shelby went pale. I filed a police report trespassing, property damage, code violations, then uploaded everything to Reddit's r/HOA nightmares. Within 6 hours, it was front page viral. 1 million views. 1 million laughs. Shelby? She became a meme splash queen. Kids dressed as her for Halloween. Someone remixed her pool fall with Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Ted made it his ringtone. 2 days later, a neighborhood petition demanded Shelby's resignation. It hit 70 signatures in 48 hours. At the emergency meeting, families, retirees, teens, everyone showed up. Some wore "I Survived the Wave" t-shirts. Shelby shuffled on stage, messy hair, no clipboard. She tried blaming internet rumors, but Ted and others bombarded her with questions about HOA spending. She crumbled on stage. The vote wasn't even close. New leadership swept in. Shelby was out. A week later, a for sale sign crookedly appeared in her yard. Ted caught her packing, ranting at the movers, barking at her tiny yappy dog. A final humiliation. The new family that moved in? A young couple super friendly. The husband recognized me. "You're the pool guy? Man, you made waves," he laughed, offering to help refurbish the pool for free. Within weeks, my backyard looked better than ever: polished stone deck, solar lights, built-in speakers. I even renamed Wave Mode 3 to Shelby Shuffle. We threw a massive, unofficial pool party: burgers, floats, memes playing on loop, kids reenacting the wave disaster. For the first time in years, it wasn't a fake HOA fantasy anymore. It was messy, loud, real, alive. I stood by the pool as sunset bled into twilight, raised a beer, and toasted. To neighbors who film, to waves that dance, and to never letting anyone turn your backyard into their ballroom. Everyone cheered. And somewhere far away, I imagined Shelby desperately Googling how to sue your neighbor and win.